Embattled MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell has hired a rather famous attorney and is also getting legal advice from another famous attorney to represent him in the defamation suit that he is currently facing for over $1 billion from Dominion Voting Systems. One of the lawyers, a man by the name of Nathan Lewin, he helped prosecute Jimmy Hoffa for the DOJ. He later represented Jodie Foster. He represented former Attorney General Edwin Meese. He represented Richard Nixon and John Lennon. And the other person, now that's who, by the way, Lindale has actually hired as his lawyer. He's 85 years old, so who knows if he's as sharp as he used to be, but he's also getting legal advice from Alan Dershowitz. And according to Dershowitz, their legal argument, the reason there is saying that Mike Lindell didn't do any of this, or that he shouldn't be prosecuted, or that he shouldn't be sued for this, is because the First Amendment gives Lindell the legal right to lie, essentially about whoever the hell Mike Lindell wants to lie about. And if that is literally the legal argument that they move forward with, then both of these lawyers should be disbarred immediately, and they should be given full refunds for whatever they paid to go to law school, because that's not how the First Amendment works. No, the First Amendment does not protect people from legally lying about other individuals or corporations. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's nuts. That's absolutely nutty that these Republicans would attempt to even make that argument. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Republicans, I meant lawyers. But at this point, if you're willing to ruin your reputation for Mike Lindell for Donald Trump, then yeah, okay, we pretty much know what you really are. Here's the thing. This is what Dershowitz said. Our position is that Dominion is the government for purposes of the First Amendment. The government delegated to them the most important governmental function, mainly counting votes in a presidential election. And they are therefore subject to criticism in the exact same ways that the government would be subject to criticism in that situation. And criticism of how the government conducted a presidential election is the highest bar protecting the First Amendment right to criticize such action. Jesus Christ, dude, you trying to set a world record for a number of times you can put the word criticize or a form of the word criticize in a sentence? Because that's not even what your client was doing. I see what you're doing, okay? It astounds me that you were once considered a brilliant legal mind in this country, because that was absolutely the same kind of argument you would get from somebody that knows nothing about law in the United States. Like, that's kind of Facebook idiot sitting on his couch writing Facebook things, posts, acting like he knows what's going on. That's what you just did there, Dershowitz. This is idiotic. It wasn't criticism. He was stating as fact. He has put forth a mini documentary as a fact, stating that Dominion and everybody else involved stole the 2020 election. That was not criticism. He is issuing statements of fact. Nathan Lewin is 85 years old, as I pointed out. Dershowitz is also way up there in age. This may be the last legal case that these individuals work on. Is this really how you want your career to end? Is this really what you want the end of your reputation to be, going down for the friggin' MyPillow guy? Because that's the path you're headed down. These arguments are idiotic. These arguments are not going to hold up in court, and you know it. But these arguments also prove that you have absolutely nothing left. You have no way to defend this man. Mike Lindell has made it clear he's going to take this case all the way up to the Supreme Court if he has to. He is not going to stop making these claims. And every time he says it, every time he's out there in public and he doubles and triples and quadruples down on it, that hurts his case. Because I'm sorry, Dersh. This isn't criticism. This is a crazed individual, Mike Lindell, stating these very factually inaccurate things as if they were true. You're not going to win this one. And I sincerely hope that Mike Lindell has to pay the full $1.3 billion for perpetuating this lie.